Cloud, go.
Okay, do something crazy.
I'm all about crazy.
Okay, guys, welcome. We are excited tonight. We have two superstars with us, actually three. One's just out of the picture. Laura, you got to move in a little bit more if you can, because we want you in the picture. Got it? Okay, okay, we have our beautiful, amazing Diamond Laura Peiffer is here. Say hi, Laura.
Hi.
Woohoo! And we have her guest. Now, Angie keeps coming on the screen here. Okay, and we have her guest, Dr. Anna West. Yay, Anna. And so what happens is they're here in Florida. They are visiting Secrest by the Sea for their Diamond congratulations trip. This is their Diamond congratulations trip. So anyway, I'm so honored to be able to interview Laura tonight. And guys, be sure you have a pad of paper. Her story is absolutely amazing. It is so inspiring and amazing. And she's really, you know, I said, you know what, Laura, a lot of times we go to these, you know, meetings and people tell you, oh, it was fabulous, it was wonderful, blah, but they don't, you go away, you go, well, what did I just learn? So what Laura wants to do tonight is Laura wants to give us some meat about what did she really do to build a Diamond Young Living business. So welcome, Laura.
Thank you.
Yay, yay.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh.
This has been so much fun.
So
oh,
good. Are you having fun so far?
Okay. It's been awesome.
Okay, so good. Anna, you doing good?
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Hey, did you guys hear? She has savvy. Savvy face right here. Savvy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I brought us the big kit, and she's got the savvy.
The big daddy, her big daddy kid.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just had to say that.
And so the first question I want to ask you is kind of an obvious question. What is your why about why you are building a successful Young Living business?
So my why has definitely shifted over the years. I think when you're...
And you can look right to everybody. Look right there.
Okay. I'm gonna look right here in there.
Okay.
So my why has shifted over the years. When I was building as an executive or a silver, even into a gold, I don't know if it was more for personal reasons, you know, for my family and for my kids. It was more personal.
Yeah.
And just, I knew I didn't want to do what I was doing for the rest of my life. We wanted freedom. We wanted residual income. That's what I wanted. That's what I desired. I didn't want to continue to own a business in a conventional sense where I had to show up at the office the only way I could get paid. We wanted more. So I have done an employee and I've been self-employed, but we wanted that residual income where it comes in your checking account. It's dumped in there every single month. That's what we wanted.
Okay.
So that was the why at the beginning. Now it's just shifted because the higher up you get, you have this beautiful team and you want them to have reached their goals and their dreams. So your why shifts. What gets me out of bed every morning? I mean, besides my kids, I mean, your kids are always going to get you out of bed, but you have to have something bigger than your children. You have to have something bigger than your husband. You have to have something bigger than yourself. So what is that? That's my team. I want to help people reach their whys. I want to have so many diamonds on our team that Freedom Seekers is, woo! That's the name of our team, by the way. But, you know, just so many, I want so many lives that are changed and so many lives that have that freedom and they can experience a whole different life than they ever thought they could be destined to have. Yeah. I want that for people. I want that for people so badly. So your whys change. It just changes.
Well, one of the whys that we talked about earlier today that I'm very passionate about, and so are you, is the fact that we so desperately want to see one parent, whether it's a man or a woman or both, home to raise the kids and home when the kids come home from school. And there's not a lot of jobs now where parents are actually home when the kids get home from school. So what does that part mean to you?
Oh, I mean, that's huge to have parents home. I mean, you only get this much time with your kids when they're little. Yeah. I mean, It's not long. It goes so fast, so fast.
Yeah.
I want parents to be able to be home with their kids and not have somebody else raise them, not be stuck in daycare day after day, having somebody else raise their kids. Be home with your kids.
Yeah.
They're only with you for such a short time. Oh my gosh.
It's true.
My team's used to me being so emotional.
It's true. It's true. Wow.
Yeah.
So Laura, I think one of the most amazing things that I've heard about your story that I really appreciate you sharing is once you decided what your why was, what you were willing to do and what you were willing to sacrifice to get your why.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the nuts and bolts, you guys. What you're going to hear now are the details of what she was willing to do to become a diamond.
So I chose to teach 10 classes a month. I knew I had tried other businesses in the past, and 10 classes really worked for the scrapbooking company that I did years ago. And that helped me gain success in that company. So I thought, well, if I take that principle of action, applied it to Young Living, plus all the leadership skills that I've learned over the years from a different company, I think I could do this thing. And so I knew in order to have the leadership principles, I needed to learn. So in my junky, I love my minivan because it brought me to freedom, but I ran that minivan into the ground because I put so many miles on that thing. But I drove across the state of Michigan into other states and traveled to Florida teaching classes and classes and classes and one-on-ones, and I did 10 a month. That just worked for me because I wanted to see how it would go, and I wanted, I don't know.
Okay, so honestly, take a minute and savor that. Just savor that. So that is a huge commitment. The challenge that we see a lot with people is they'll say, I'm going to give this a try. And if it works, it was meant to be. And if it doesn't work, oh, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. That is not the truth. The truth is, if you do the work, you will succeed and you will grow and you will expand. Now, there was something else you did, which I love, is Laura and I have the craziest thing in common. When both of our kids were little, we had televisions underneath our kitchen counter that went down like a DVD player that went down, and we watched DVDs and listened to CDs while we were cooking.
Yes.
So tell them about that.
Yeah. So I would be in my kitchen and I would have my laptop playing and I would be making homemade applesauce or whatever. I can just remember applesauce because peeling all those apples kind of sticks to your brain. But I was constantly learning. So I wanted to, instead of just listening to music or listening to TV, I wanted to be learning while I was still cooking for my family. So I wanted to be kind of killing two birds with a stone, but growing my brain constantly. That's why in my minivan, I had CDs going all the time. I didn't listen to the radio. I wanted to grow. I had to learn how to build this business so I could teach other people how to do it. And I was hungry.
You still do that.
You still do it.
It's
all over. Yeah, I still do it.
And tell us about the content. So what about mindset? The mindset of abundance.
You have to stay in the mindset, because if you're not in that mindset, your mind goes otherwhere. And then you think, oh, I'm going to quit. Because there were so many times I would be driving home in the dark. I remember this clearly. I will tell this to everybody. It was between a silver and gold is where I was at in the business. And I was driving home. I just drove like an hour and a half to this class. Nobody showed up for the class.
Oh my gosh.
So here I'm driving home crying because I could have just spent this night with my kids.
Oh my God.
And I had just drove this and I'm like, this was for nothing. What was I doing? But I'm like, no, you're not going to quit. You're not going to quit. And I kept repeating these books in my head that I had read. And I kept repeating these CDs that I were playing in my brain. So you have to stay in the game. Stay in the game. Yeah. Because if you don't stay in the game, you're going to go somewhere else. It's going to lose focus. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm good. I can't build this business. What's wrong?
Now,
your head's not in the game.
There you go. That's beautiful.
Laura, quick question. Can you recommend one of your favorite things to listen to?
Oh, there's so
I know.
many.
I know, there's so many.
You need to put out a favorites list.
Well, I mean, I love the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. It's so,
Michael, sorry about that. I love that book. You recommended that book to me, and I think I've probably read it 50 times. It's a great book.
really, I just want to.
What's the author? What's the author's name?
Romney. There you go. Look at Jan. Everybody look at Jan.
She got the book?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Jan, if you'll say something, your face will show up.
Okay, here's the book, guys, right here. I've been reading it, and you guys, it's a classic. It is. This woman she lays it out, and it's what Laura says, you got to do the work. And here's the thing. This isn't anything new, you guys. If you've read other network marketing books, you've heard this before, but she has a really great way of presenting it. So this is the book.
Even my yellows loved this book.
Wow.
I had to find something for my yellows, and this was it right
That's
there.
amazing.
No, they're
That
different.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Now we're going to take a short break because I want to hear something from Anna, who's sitting right here in the middle. And what I love about Anna's story is that as a medical doctor, she's not actually, she has a lot of restrictions on really what she can do as far as sharing oils right now in her particular hospital setting. But has she let that stop her? Absolutely not. So Anna, I love some of the ideas you had shared with me today about your excitement about, because of how passionate you are about the products, how you can see yourself sharing them in different settings. Would you talk to people about that?
Yeah, so I think one thing that makes my medical setting different is that I handle a lot of emergency case-based situations. So I'm not seeing people in practice. They're not going to come to my practice. I tell people about oils. Sometimes people aren't even conscious the whole time I work on them. So it's just not the right setting. But that being said, from that information, the setting that I work in is pretty intense and in its own way stressful, although I love it. But I like that the oils kind of push me out to work in social areas that I might not otherwise. I might not extend myself to meet people in other settings.
Yeah.
And I actually like that it pushes me out, gives me a talking point, puts me in touch with people that I wouldn't otherwise know.
Absolutely. And as a medical doctor, would you agree that oils are the medicine of the future?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think it's pretty, I've seen comments come and go sometimes about, is there evidence on this? Is there evidence on that? While the evidence is building, no, there's not evidence written, but all I can tell you is to use the oils.
Yeah. Yeah.
They work and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. So Laura, back to you.
Okay.
We all know that you have to have the belief system.
Yes.
Okay. Then you have to have the product knowledge and your business strategy. Okay.
Yes.
This is
Which we
my
just talked about.
Young Living.
We just
I was
talked-
up, that's her house in
can you please mute everybody, Beverly? Mute
St.
everybody.
Augustine.
Isabel, can you please?
Point Verde.
Beverly, can you mute everybody? Okay.
Done.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. And so you've already got, you've had your business strategy, you're teaching your classes, you're growing, you're building. Now talk to us. How did you learn some leadership principles of how to actually lead your team as your team is growing?
So, I mean,
So
that
happy.
just goes along with, I was very hungry to learn. I knew the two people that came to me at the very beginning of the stages and said, I have people who want to sign up for these oils. What do I do? And I said, I have no clue, because I would literally give people the phone who came into my office and said, I'd dial the Young Living's number and I'd say, here you go, sign up. Really, anybody can do this. Okay, guys? So as soon as the second that those two friends, they're Loretta and Amanda, they're in my front line. they came to me and said, I have these, what am I going to do? And I said, well, let me call Cricket and see if she can come to my office and meet with you guys. I didn't sit down at the meeting. I was still working with clients, but I was listening and I'm like, oh man,
Okay, hurry up.
I've got to learn how to do this. I knew from previous companies that I've done in the past, Amway, I knew that I needed to start diving into any books and CDs that I could get my hands on. So I went over to Cricket's house and I said, what do you got? What are you going to give me? What do you got? So she just started throwing CDs, anything that she could give me. So Jen Springer was a huge one for me at the beginning.
Yep.
I listened to every single recorded call that Cricket ever gave me.
Wow.
And then I would listen to it and I'm like, I need more. Give me more. And so I dove in. John Maxwell.
Yeah, John Maxwell. Yeah.
Huge one. Yeah. The 5 Levels of Leadership. You guys, if you haven't listened to that or read that book, The 5 Levels of Leadership is huge. It's going to say where you are as an influence to your team.
Yeah.
Each person is going to be at a different level. So you might have influence with this person at a higher rate than you do this person. You need to figure out where you rate with your people and how they see you. So that's a huge book to me.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
So,
fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic. That is really amazing.
I think it's important to know that leadership is not innate,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a learnable skill.
Absolutely.
And it's really important for everyone to know that. And when you see, I know when I was first learning about leadership, I kind of stumbled into it. Essentially, I needed leadership for the next bit of training I was doing. It. However, in medicine, they don't, kind of like Teri said, they don't ever set you aside and tell you this is your leadership class. So it's something I had to seek out on my own. And in the midst of that, I had a coach that was kind of going over it with me. And he said, when you see someone that you think is a very good leader, and probably a lot of you in your minds think Teri's a very good leader, these people have actually read and trained on it. And Teri's one of them. We were talking about her reading and training on it.
You have to have a
learned.
hunger. You have to have such a hunger for that.
But it's a learned skill.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And I've told most of you guys that I could only get to Crown Diamond, could not get to Royal Crown Diamond, and for years, and couldn't figure out why. And it was because I had no leadership skills. And so that, that's maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I started training with John Maxwell. It's made a huge difference. Now, I want to get back to something that we've got a lot of newer distributors on tonight. And I want to get back to something you and I talked about today. Mm-hmm. Laura and I were talking about how many times people that reach like executive silver or gold are always complaining about how they want their upline to give them more of a system, okay? And you won't believe this. It's so funny because on the Diamond chat group that Laura and me are on, or maybe it was the Royal Crown Diamond chat group. It might have been the Royal Crown Diamond chat group today. There was a huge discussion about this.
Oh, yeah.
About a lot of the golds that are complaining, saying, oh, why isn't my upline giving me this duplicatable system? Okay, we're going to talk about that because Laura agrees with me that there are 3 things that are totally duplicatable in Young Living. So write this down. 3 things that are totally duplicatable. Number 1, talk to people about our products. Open your mouth every single day and talk to people. Make it a goal that every single day you're going to talk to however many people you decide with yourself you're going to talk to. So you're sharing the products and you're enrolling them in a premium starter collection. Number 2, the second activity that we do. Number 2, we teach people the benefits and the features of why they want to be on Essential Rewards. Okay? All the benefits, all the features of why they want to be on Essential Rewards. And number 3, we teach people how to share Young Living. Those are the 3 duplicatable activities. But what will never be duplicatable, ever, is your personality. Because you are 100% unique. and you will share this product's different than anybody else. And there's no right way to do it. And there's no wrong. Well, actually, there's only right way. There's no wrong way to do it. So there is no wrong way to share.
Right.
So Laura, comment for us on this point, what we talked about.
You know, over the years, I've seen a lot of people come to me and they've said, where's the system? Where's the system? And I'm like, you just do it. It's hard
You
work.
just do it.
You share. You have to train your team on education of the products. Use the products yourself. Show pictures of it. On my team page, I either post a picture of a product and I say, hey, look what I'm using today. Or I'll do a Facebook Live on a product. I just did a Facebook Live before I left to come here on the Thieves Cleaning Kit. I said, you guys, I've never owned one of these before. Help me open this box. So I opened the box and I said, oh, look at everything that comes in the Thieves Cleaning Kit. So just constant education of the products. Savvy Minerals right here. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
From the big
Yeah. So be a product of the product.
Exactly. Use your
Always
products.
be trying new products every month.
Have your soap in your bathroom. Have your laundry soap in your, everything needs to be a product of the product. Okay. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
I have sold more people on Young Living who come to my house and they stay the night and they use the toothpaste.
nice.
More people have joined Young Living because of the toothpaste. Just throwing that out there.
Good.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes.
And Beverly, somebody that was just at my house, I can't even remember who it was, said that they started buying the mouthwash because I had it in the powder room, the guest bathroom. And I had the
Sylvia's waving. She's like, it was me.
Who was it again?
It was Sylvia
Oh,
Moorfield.
Sylvia. Yes, it was Sylvia.
Who we loved.
Yeah, we had the little paper cups, Sylvia, and she said, oh my gosh, I've never had such good mouthwash. You know?
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you guys, I have a funny story. I was in the gym just to show you how really, I don't want to oversimplify it, but it is not as hard as we think. So I'm in the gym, just minding my own business, doing my workout, and on the, what do you call it, the incline power walker incline, and a lady grabs my arm, like she almost pulled me off the incline. She said, are you Teri Secrest? And she said, I have got to get those oils. I said, oh, who are you? And she goes, you know, told me her name. And she said, I was just in a yoga class and everybody's talking about these oils. I mean, like people are selling them for us because Young Living is becoming a household name. People are selling them for us. So I had to turn off the equipment, get off the equipment and make an appointment with the lady. And so I said, Jeannie, I think I got a good lead for you. So I let Jeannie sign her up. Anyway, it's not as hard as you think, but you got to get out into the community. If you think you're going to build a business just sitting at home, you know, doing whatever,
You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Consistency is key. So
Consistent daily activity.
You don't have to be crazy like me and do 10 classes a month. I wanted to go fast. I loved the 4-year career. I loved that book. In that book, it talks about how they built a business in 4 years. The same as going and getting an education undergrad degree, 4 years. What can you get during that time from a college degree versus building the business? Well, I kind of wanted to take it up a notch and I went a little faster. But so 10 classes is what I taught, but you don't have to do that. Just stay consistent. If you can do 4 classes a month, then do 4. If you can do 6 a month, do 6. Whatever it is, you have to make it up in your mind and your heart to do that and make it non-negotiable, okay? Because if 1 month you do 2 classes, the next month you have 1 class, and then the next month you have 0 classes, yeah, you'll probably still grow because at least you're sharing, but I'm telling you, you're going to get sick and tired of that very slow turtle pace. And then it's going to be a mind game and you're going to be like, can I do this? I don't know.
That's true.
So I set 10 because I always knew there was always going to be people who cancel, reschedule, There's always going to have, life happens. So I knew if I did 10, I could get 8, or I could get 6. If I could get 6 to 8 out of those 10 that held, I knew that my business was going to grow every single month. And I did that for 2 years consistently.
Okay. Wow. Now, Laura, you're also kind of famous for doing contests. Tell us about some of your contests that you run.
Yeah. I love giving. It's one of my love languages, so it's fun. And I'm a blue personality, so I like to have fun. But so I learned this from one of our team members, Chrissy Buechler. She said this many years ago when we were all starting to build. I was probably maybe a silver or a gold. I don't even know. I don't remember what state. No, I met Chrissy before I turned silver. So I met her at an executive. So we've known each other for a while. She said that she gave 10% of her check back to her team. When I heard that went boom. I'm going to budget for that. So I give every single month. You look at my budget, 10% of my check goes back to an investment, back to my team, because that's what I wanted to do. So I'm doing giveaways and fun things, but my giveaways have some sort of meaning. Sometimes they're a little frivolous, but I always want to move forward in my business with my giveaways. So my question is, how is that going to move forward, and what IPA is that going to make me? It's an income producing activity as an IPA. Yeah. Which IPA do I want to focus on? Mm-hmm. Is it essential rewards? Is it focusing on new members? Is it focusing on sales? Which one do I want to focus on for this giveaway? And that's how I do a lot of my giveaways, is in that range.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Laura, you said that 10% back. You take 10% of your check, is that right?
Yeah.
Somebody asked a clarifying question, so I just wanted to make sure I heard it right. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I budget my checks.
Great. So Beverly, let's open up the chat box for questions for Laura. And anything you want to ask her about building a business, any questions you have. Are you using Project Broadcast?
Yes.
Tell them about that.
I first used it in October, and we just happened to go diamond that month. So I want to say that was a big component for our team. I had never done anything like that before. I was trying to email for a while, and I was mailing like welcome cards out to the team. I never got a response from my welcome cards, maybe 2 times out of the 2 or 3 years that I sent out welcome cards to every new member. Now I send out welcome text to all the new members. I get more responses back than I've ever received. People are like, thank you so much for the welcome. You're here. We're hearing from you as a diamond, whatever. I just want them to have some sort of a connection to me, because they're going to be working with their team later. But for me, I give them like a little cute recipe with oils, different ways they can use our oils, and just a welcome. Hey, welcome to our team. We're glad you're part of our oily family. Just something simple like that.
Beautiful. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Beverly, take a note of that.
We do that.
Laura's success is even what she just told us, is very intentional. So even on the surface, where it just looks fun, the prolos always look fun to me. And at some point, I kind of suspected they were intentional. But just hearing her say, 10% is very intentional. That's not left to chance.
Right.
And nothing with her, the more you hear her talk, is left to chance. And that's kind of like where we were talking about with the leadership thing, kind of how it sneaks up on you and you think, oh, that person is just a really good leader. No, it's totally intentional.
Yeah.
She's reading books constantly for years on end now to be a good leader.
Exactly.
And so I like that. I like that we're getting to see how this is intentional.
I love that. I love that.
Laura, question for you. How would you suggest finding people to hold classes when people, when people are getting ready to move up and they've already done their warm market? Talk to us about that.
I love this. Okay, I'm glad they asked that. So the question is, how do I schedule classes? So every time I go to teach a class, my goal is to always schedule classes from my classes. To me, I would much rather schedule classes than even sell kits, because eventually they're going to get their kit. I am there to make more and more contacts every single time I go to an event. I want to meet your people and your people and your people. And that's what spreads you to know hundreds and thousands of people, is because you're scheduling classes from classes. So what I do is I go through my entire presentation of my 101 intro class. I am a very simple-minded teacher. I want my classes to be very duplicatable, so the beginning person sitting right next to me thinks, she's reading from that form. Well, I could do that. Mm-hmm. So I want things to be very simple. Mm-hmm. And so I'll go through, teach the class, and then I pull out the application and I pass out every single person in the class an application. At the beginning of the class, I always ask who here is not a member, so I want to know who it is. And then I tailor the class to the audience of who's here. And then, so I pull out the application, and then when I pack my bag, you know, those free oils that Young Living gives us every month at that 300 promo level, they give us free oils. I take advantage of those free oils or my oil stash, whatever. I have an abundance of oils. Right now I have a ton of tangerine oil and whatever. So I'll just throw those oils in my bag. I never do kit oils. I want them to be non-kit oils.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So I throw like 5 in my bag, and then I take it to the class. I've gone through the class. I've gone through the closing, pull out the oils, and I say, oh, if anyone would like to schedule a class like this today, you can go home with this oil, and we just need to get a date from you before I leave. And then every single time I will schedule a class from another class from another class. And I just keep repeating that process over and over and over again. People like free stuff. And yeah, you might get those few takers that cancel the class and they still get your free oil. But that's rare. I would say 95% of my classes hold.
Yeah, because why would they even bother to come if they weren't interested?
Right.
You know, why would they bother?
Yeah.
But I love your philosophy, because people in America are accustomed to getting something free. Mm-hmm. And so she's giving them an offer, but it's also a time-dated offer. Mm-hmm. So if you book the class tonight, this is what you're going to get. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. 90% of those classes stick. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah. That is awesome.
Intention in every step of that.
Yeah.
Even where it looks it will look casual coming off if you have that much intention behind it. But the intention of teaching simply, purposely bringing oils that she's planning to give away, purposely looking for people for the classes. There's so much intention in that plan.
Now listen, tonight, there's actually a couple millennials on this program tonight. Oh, what would you say to a millennial about why it would be a great idea to really push forward with their Young Living business now at a young age?
Because you get freedom a whole lot longer than we do, because you're younger than us. Why would you want to be controlled by someone else's schedule? Why do you want to wake up early at 5 a.m.? Mm-hmm. Waking up early is for the birds, people. No one should ever have to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. Darkness and waking up, not in the world. I only wake up early now because I have to take my son to school. And I still kind of whine about it, but
yeah. Okay. That is. So, and what are some other things that financial freedom that you're starting to get now? Yes. What are some other things that has done to bless your life?
I mean, we were able to take our family to Hawaii for 2 weeks last year. I mean, we got to have vacations that we never would have ever dreamed on from our previous. Just our incomes. Yeah. I mean, that's to me, that was huge.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
That's part of my life right there. Not gonna lie. Hawaii, 2 weeks.
Yet?
I got a new car. I had to because I drove into it was shaking. That van was. I drove that. It was.
Oh no.
Laura, we have. Let me see here. Katrina would like a little bit of clarification. When you said that you bring oils that are not in the kit, is that just as giveaways for scheduling classes, or do you not go through the starter kit at your classes?
Oh no, I go through the starter kit. On my little sheet that I take, By the way, LSP sells them now. I did not know that because I did not buy these sheets from LSP a few years ago. So I was anyways, I like the sheets from LSP. They're bright, they're cheery, they're fun.
And what are they?
One side they show the oils and the other side they show the kit.
And what size are the sheets?
Oh, like this big.
About 5 by 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I answer a question?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. Did I do good, Beverly?
One tiny little thing that I found lately, this is just small, but, and maybe you do this and you just haven't mentioned it, is with the oil giveaways. I've been doing that too, where I'll pack oils that I am intentionally going to give away. But as the oils come in the house, I have them organized in drawers, and there's a specific drawer that I have for these are oils that I am planning to give away.
Nice.
So if I run out of,
good.
if I know I'm
That's
running out of
good.
the house, my schedule's very busy. So if I know I'm running out of the house in like 3 minutes and I just need to grab an oil that I need to give away, I don't need to go look at my oils, see what my stock is, what do I have,
That's
what am I gonna give away.
good.
These ones I'm already committed to. I'm fine with giving these away.
Okay, that's awesome. Awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. And are you the first one that did the rose rollerball giveaway? Did we copy you on that? Because we did a rose thing.
You copied me, but I copied other people.
Okay. So
Listen, I Facebook stalk Laura. I'm not even gonna lie. I told her this. I'm like, I Facebook stalk you. And I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. Gonna do that. Like,
it's amazing. I mean, everybody has.
oh, Jan, Jan, hold that up there.
Damn.
That's from
the
Life
old
Science?
side, and this is the back side.
There you
Yeah.
Is
go.
that from Life Science? I'm trying to
Yes.
I'm trying to find the link for everybody.
LSP carries these now, and they have them for
I was real shocked.
this. They have them for Ningxia Red. They have it for the Thieves Kit.
It's the new,
However,
Okay,
nobody
but don't order them.
don't order the essential oils ones. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait for
Yes.
the update.
I'm going to tell you right now, I was in line with LSP and I was talking to them and I'm like, can you grab me one of those sets of packs? I love them. I looked at it, I'm like, that's the old kit. I can't be ordering these right now. So FYI, don't order them tonight.
Yeah.
my sister, I just saw she came on. Hi, Rose.
Oh, Rose. Hi, Rose.
Hey, sister.
Cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, any other questions? Like, for example, we have Sylvia with us tonight, who's very, very new. Sylvia, do you have any questions? Because sometimes it's hard for us to think back like a new person,
Right.
you know? And yeah.
I do have one question. When you are in your class and you're asking people for you to hold another class for them,
Yes.
what is the timeline? Do you tell them like you want to do it within 1 week or 2 weeks, or what? How do you address that?
I book it within the month.
Okay.
Yeah. No further out than a month.
Okay, now here's a very good question. How do you train them on how to invite people to the class to get them to come?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay. So how do I train them to get them to bring people? I always say personal invite is the best thing that you can do because you have a connection with your people. And then Facebook, we still do Facebook invites. You're still going to get a crowd for that. And then if you're doing the Facebook invites, you want to make sure the page just doesn't sit there. You've got to make it interactive. So I try to post pictures of oils. I try to put anything that I can think to post an invite page. Say, hey, I hope you're still joining us. You know, are you coming? Whatever. So I try to be interactive in the invite page. But personal invite is always going to win outside of anything. Call your people. Text your people.
And then would you agree that a lot of times the day before people forget?
Yes.
So would you agree that it's really smart to do a follow-up phone call?
Oh yeah, reminder.
You know, even if you get their voicemail, to
Yes.
say, hey, we're so excited. We've got a spot reserved for you.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow night.
That is a fabulous idea.
Okay.
Follow-up is key. If you don't have follow-up in this business, you really need follow-up.
Okay.
And I have someone on my team who is queen follow-up.
Ooh.
Like she's way better at follow-up than I have ever been. Yeah.
Okay.
Lena Mead will be teaching a follow-up class, by the way. Just a little plug for I think 2 weeks, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. Lena Mead will be doing The Fortune is in the Follow-Up, and that class is amazing, everybody.
Excellent. Okay, I got a
Absolutely
really good question for you.
amazing.
Okay.
I happen to know that there's an amazing young man on tonight who is a college student.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cute curly
what-
hair.
Oh, he might just have cute
With a
curly.
hat on.
He might have cute curly blonde hair. He might. And so, what advice would you give a college student who, you know, really rightly so, most of his friends don't really have the money to buy oils. So what would be some innovative ideas to start sharing outside of those college kids?
Very good. So hopefully they have parents. Why don't you ask them if you can come over to their house and you bring your oils kit and you share the oils with their parents, and then offer them the free gift of the oil and schedule classes with the parents.
Yeah.
And start tapping into that market.
Good advice. Good advice. Any more questions, Bev?
Yes. Do you teach online classes, and would you recommend them or no?
Okay, that's good. I've had people on my team that have built their businesses online. I did not build that way. That was totally not me. I'm an in-person person. What am I trying to say? I like people.
Person sales.
You're a people person.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, that's it.
Hands-on, hands-on.
I'm hands-on. Okay, that's good. But it's been great. I mean, people who build online, I will tell you, I will do classes. I am not a techie person, so it's a big stretch for me to do a graphic. It's a big stretch for me to do those kind of graphic classes. So I don't do those, but I will do a Facebook Live, and I can just talk and teach a Facebook Live. But
Okay.
again,
But you know what? I just want to say, I love what I just heard. Laura is telling us about an area that she doesn't really enjoy.
right.
And so she doesn't feel obligated to do that. So I'm so happy to hear that, because so many people feel so obligated to build just because it's cool. You know, it's cool to build online. But look, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, and she's become a diamond by doing face-to-face, in-person classes. So, you know, you got to find your sweet spot.
Yeah, that was good.
That's it. Okay. Jeannie, do you have any words of wisdom you want to share?
Oh my goodness.
Jeannie always has words of wisdom.
But you have to come over here and talk.
Here, right between these two girls right here. There's a little
I
spot
love
there for
Jeannie.
you.
Guess what, guys? She's from Michigan. Hello.
Yeah, woohoo!
Meryl, Michigan. I knew exactly where Meryl was.
Hey guys. So let's see, my words of wisdom is I'm just decided to start joining networking groups. So I joined a group that has 80 people in it. It's a business networking group. And so the way I look at it is now I have 80 salesmen out there working for me just by joining one group. So I have 80 of them out there working and out there in the trenches for me. So
That's
that's
good.
my
That's
tidbit
good.
of wisdom.
Oh, give them your 27-second speech for
Oh my
tomorrow
gosh,
morning.
I have to read it.
Okay, well,
Well,
get
read it. It's okay. You can
off
read it.
here.
It's
Here,
really
read your
cute.
speech. It's
We
very
put it
cute.
together by
Really
the
good.
pool today.
We're by the pool. Yeah.
She's got 27 seconds tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Let me see it.
It's good.
All right, here we go. 27 seconds worth. My name is Jeannie Krause, and I am a Young Living Essential Oil Educator. We have over 132 oils, but I would like to introduce you to a pain relief cream called Cool Azul. It has over 17 different oils that are a powerhouse of amazing ingredients. It provides cooling relief for minor muscle or joint aches, arthritis, strains, bruises, and strains. If you need relief without synthetic ingredients, Young Living's FDA-approved Cool Azul Pain Cream is the answer for you. I am looking for groups that I can teach classes to. If you know a small group, an organization, chiropractors, personal trainers, or anyone who has pain, thank you for remembering. I have an oil for that.
Yay!
So that's my beginning one. And then every week I'll do a different product.
And guys, remember, that's one of the few products you can actually use the word pain
Yes.
because it is a certified FDA approved product for pain.
Yes.
So think about your marketing.
Oh,
that is a $1 million. You know what? You just heard $1 million marketing idea from none other than Jeannie Krause. So use it, guys. Use it. Woohoo! There she goes. There she goes. Okay, we've just got a little bit of time left. Any other questions?
I would just interject that the pain cream is not FDA approved,
Uh-oh.
but it is over the counter, so you can say pain cream, but those claims have not been evaluated by the FDA, as it says right on the side of the bottle. So don't say it's FDA approved, but you can say pain cream
At the bottle.
because it's over the counter. Just making the
over the counter approved.
clarification.
In front of us.
Okay.
OTC.
Erase that.
Okay, we're
Erase that. Delete it. It's OTC over the counter, but these statements have not been approved or evaluated by the FDA. Throwing that out there.
Okay, that was a good teaching moment. That was a
Joyce
very
says
good
you
teaching.
can say FDA registered.
Oh,
Yes, it's registered as an over the counter.
Jenny.
If it's
Okay.
Approved, FDA registered. What does that mean?
Technical.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I have no idea.
You might want to.
Hey, that's a good marketing idea for Joseph. That the pain cream
Yeah.
for all your athletic friends. Ah.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would be looking
Okay.
for him someplace he can have classes, like at the coffee shop
I
or something.
know.
like
Oh, I
I
can talk
know.
about that.
Why don't you mention that to him?
Okay. So we were talking about earlier, where do I hold my classes? I prefer to hold classes. I will do people's homes because I'm cozy, but people don't want the pressure of cleaning. So when I'm scheduling my classes, I'll say, hey, if you don't want to have us at your home, no pressure. Let's just meet at our local places, Big Beef coffee shops or Starbucks or Panera Bread, wherever is free, go there. And they're going to buy something. So it's like giving them business, but then you're inviting people to come. But it's a public class. When you teach in a public location, it's a public class. So really watch your
Language.
teach it very compliant. But if you follow that paper, you'll be totally compliant anyway. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So use that and take the pressure off people for cleaning, and they don't have to have snacks. They don't have to have anything fancy. We don't need fancy in our lives.
All right,
Simple.
Laura, tell us how you do your clothes. You've taught the class, you've taught about the oils.
Yes.
How do you do your clothes? Do you have okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's good. So a lot of people at the beginning are intimidated by closing. It was a mental shift I had to make in my mind, and I decided that I love closing. Closing is going to be my baby. Guess what? Now I love the closing for real. Like, I love it.
Wow, that's good.
So you have to make that mental shift in your brain that you love to close the class. Okay. So this is what I say. They have the one side of the paper where we talk about the oil. Then I say, okay, in closing, I say those exact words every single time, because all of a sudden people, when they hear the words in closing, they look up at you, whether they have not been looking at you or whether they've been talking to their neighbor. When you say in closing, their brains go, she's going to say something really important. I've got to listen. Boom. They're looking up at you with eye contact. So say those words. Okay. And then I say, go ahead and flip over your paper now, and we're going to talk about this. And it shows the kit on the other side. And once I talk about that, I say, this is the one time that Young Living will give you something half off. The one time right now at the beginning, when you're a brand new person. It's because Gary and Mary's mission in Young Living is to have these oils in every single household across the entire world. So they are wanting to make this super affordable and with a good deal for every single person to be able to get this kit. So it's the one time you get it half off. And so normally it retails, and on that paper it shows the retail. It's over $300. So now you can get it for $160.
Wow.
Awesome deal. And then after that, I talk about essential rewards, because I want them to instantly start essential rewards. So we talk about transfer buying and excuse me.
How do you
And
talk
what that
about,
looks
how do you talk about transfer buying?
So I explained, okay, Young Living is a very giving company. You can, I'm kind of off what I've said. It's not flowing. I transfer buying, I just explained, okay, you can, instead of taking your money and going to the store, Young Living pays you back to shop with them. So you can buy
Oh, wait,
your...
stop. Everybody write this down, write this down. Young Living pays you to shop with them. That is a dynamite statement.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. They pay you back anywhere from 10% to 20% to 25%. You earn that back every single month when you make your toothpaste product or purchase, your shampoo, your conditioner, your body soaps, your all of that. You, instead of taking that money and going to the store where they don't pay you back to shop, you leave your money at the store every single week. You don't see your money, bye-bye money. You're getting that money back and it's going into an account and you can spend it on products. That you can buy whatever you want.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
And so, yeah, I want them to buy their kit. And because the US now can do this, Canada's always been able to do this, but the US, you now can do 50 PV with your kit order and start your Essential Rewards.
What are some examples of things that you talk about for them to buy that first Essential Rewards order?
Deep relief every single time, because that's my personal crack. Okay. Deep relief.
Okay. Anything else?
That's definitely one.
Okay.
But it could be, it just depends. Like if they were talking, you listen, you pay attention to what they're talking about. If they were talking about toothpaste, I mean, you get them started on Thieves.
Yeah.
Get them started right away on the Thieves lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's huge. They want to take the toxin chemicals out of their home. Get some household cleaner.
Yeah.
Get some toothpaste.
Yeah.
Everybody needs toothpaste.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
I always talk about the fluoride, and I talk about the back of the bottle. I say the toothpaste from the store, on the back of the bottle, it says, do not ingest. If you ingest, call poison control.
Yeah.
Guess what? We don't have any poison in our toothpaste.
Yeah.
You can consume it. And I make a really big deal out of that. Your kids can use it and it's okay. You can use it.
2-minute warning, everybody.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful, Laura. Oh my gosh. Fantastic information. So I hope this has been really inspiring for you guys. This is really great information. I think, Laura, the key you've just told us is that your goal is to get them started on at least a $50 Essential Rewards order along with their order. Because again, if they're in the system, they're starting to earn points right away. I like to tell them how much money they're going to earn. So if somebody says, Teri, I need more energy, I get them on Ningxia Red. And then I say, now this is how many dollars you're going to earn back on your very first order.
Yeah.
And get them excited about earning that back. Because that is absolutely the power in what we're doing. That's the power, is creating, we start by creating a lifelong customer who oftentimes turns into a lifelong distributor. So you guys, thank you so much for being with us. We're so happy to have you here.
It's
Looking
awesome.
forward to our next adventure tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. All right. Any closing? Yay! Any closing questions, Beverly?
No,
awesome.
I think we've answered everything. So awesome. Thanks, Laura.
Yay!